Hello again everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are back here in Skyhold in the library. As you can see, we do have still a few bits and pieces here to read up on while we are here, so let's go and make a start. The First Blight, Chapter 2. People today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say that when asked, pious, chantry-going folk will curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers, but none live today who actually remember the horror that was unleashed so very long ago. Whatever records might have existed regrettably did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We have only the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the Chantry to instruct us, and that is precious little indeed. I believe I am not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon Thedas. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the worst plague. A heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never as a more appropriate name existed, that the Darkspawn spread disease and famine wherever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence, the sky roiling with angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the Dwarven Deep Roads, and there in the shadows they multiplied, whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds. They attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought, Dumat, first among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence before the Maker imprisoned him, and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twisted followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumat was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting, unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumat rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old god had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. And then another 4 after that, because, you know, we love him so much. The folly of General Not Sheraton. 5. In the days that followed, to avoid scandal, the appointing of Not Sheraton was claimed a grand tactic of the true general, who must have orchestrated the whole affair from secret. From secret, meaning the cloakroom, for not even his own attendants knew his face. And they would have had the guard whisk him to jail for trespassing. But with his mask restored and wary of the embarrassment, the general was merciful with Not Sheraton, imposing less than half the prescribed lashes and sparing her and her the Lord Gallows. Her and her lord the gallows, sorry. They were allowed to leave Orly on the condition that Not Sheraton was henceforth her name. And we have our last book here. What is green? Well, that's a very broad question. What is green? Imagine I should present to you an object which to my mind is of indisputable greenness and ask, does this thing appear to you to be green? Naturally, you might say that it does, for you have come to recognise the appearance of the colour of the object to be green, associating the word with what your eyes see, but could it be my understanding of green differs entirely from yours? What if perchance you could see into my mind? You might realise that all things I name green are actually red in your understanding. Without the moorings of objective truth, we are set adrift in oceans of solitary experience. The promising opening to a lecture given by Carsten Gruck, philosopher-poet at the University of Orly. The lecture's quality dropped significantly after this point, and ended quickly when Gruck subjected audience members to a poorly constructed ode to Chartreuse. He fled from the auditorium under fire from student time with overripe red tomatoes. Well, that went well, didn't it? Let's be honest. Okay, so I need to remember where I am right now in this fortress, because I've explored quite a bit, but there's probably still bits and pieces which I haven't. So let's try and get a good grip of where we are, because there's a lot of pathways to take when you're actually in here. I think in here. No, this is our wine closet. I remember now. I think we've already came through here, haven't we? I do have a vague recollection. Oh my god. Oh no, we didn't actually. No, we did not. I want to make sure all the interior is explored first before I start wandering around outside. If possible. So what is up here then? Or is this actually where we came from? I think it is. It could be. Oh, there's old Josephine. Fab. That's good. Can we have a word with her?
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Well
Turn
said,
your nose
Cullen.
up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the highest stakes, and to the death.
The court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
We'll save the Empress, yeah.
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress, no matter what.
I pray you're right. If your vision of the future comes to pass, the death of the Empress heralds the destruction of everything. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Tedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
Well, warn the Empress.
Does Celine know about the threats against her? Can we send word?
I've sent messages to the Empress, but it's impossible to know if she's received them.
I bloody hope she
I'll arrange
has.
for an
Otherwise,
invitation
you
at
know,
your discretion, Inquisitor.
kind of threatening right now. Codex unlocked the Orlesian Civil War. We have groups as well. Is that what that's actually came under? It is, yeah. When Grand Duke Gaspard attacked Empress Celine of Orlais and attempted to claim the throne, we assumed business across the country would suffer greatly. To counter propaganda suggesting she was overly tolerant of the elves, Celine was drawn to crush an elven uprising in the Halam Sharal, and Gaspard's attack there destroyed her forces and cut her off from Val Rayo. She escaped back to the Orlesian capital with 100 mad stories explaining how, at which point we started closing down the family shops, expecting Gaspard's army to carve a bloody path through the heartlands and up north towards cities loyal to Celine. Instead, the humans have been downright reasonable. We made a killing on furs and silver in Val Rayo's Gaspard's hold on southern Orlais, cut off incoming trade goods from Ferelden. The nobles in Montfort and Val Chavan also brought up violets as though their touch killed Darkspawn. Apparently, Celine declared that wearing purple flowers was a way for humans to show their loyalty to her. In Ferelden, half of the cities will be on fire, but in Orlais the nobles make jokes and the merchants just keep peddling their wares while Gaspard and Celine's armies clash in the dales. The only people really suffering are the peasants, but then that's true enough anywhere. Send extra guards on the next shipment, but save the lyrium for Ferelden. The family's doing good business here as it is. Good old Orlais. Trade first, war later. Anything else from Josephine while I'm here?
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization.
Yep, gorgeous.
Staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Our allies will be forgiving, I think.
Coming, no, we just survived Corypheus and a dragon.
And they must be confident we are able to do so again. The mages are showing great trust in you. They need to feel safe here.
And you don't? Yeah.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus' attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
Yeah, I wish we'd save more.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
Would you care to go for a stroll? Oh, that's nice. Such as a week's worth of bathing. No need to be all business,
You don't
yeah.
have to be so formal just because I'm Inquisitor now, Josephine.
Our allies and guests should see you treated with every courtesy, Inquisitor, especially considering the newness of your office. Fortunately, after your courage at Haven, it's no difficult task to do so.
Anything else from her?
Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
It might be the Maker's will, we'll say that,
Perhaps
yeah.
the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
I'll be fine, yeah.
Looks strange, but it hasn't done me harm.
If it did come from Corypheus, That's a small mercy.
I will be okay, don't worry. And now I can't even speak to Josephine anymore. Josephine has forbidden me from speaking to her anymore. She's just sick of me right now. Right, let's go to the war room then. It's because we can set forth some operations, hopefully. Interesting to see what this war room looks like as well. It's probably much bigger than the one in Haven. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. And there's a lot in here too. Ooh, I'll look at all those icons that are on that map. We need to set some of them off right now. I probably should have came here first to get some of these done. Anyway, let's have a look. What do we want? Potion slot for all party members. Inventory capacity 15.
My scouts report
I get
no
it.
signs of danger in the pass nearby.
I will arrange patrols to ensure it stays that way.
Good. Oh yeah, I'll get some tailoring to improve our inventory capacity. Right, so Orlais. What is happening in Orlais right now? Investigate the western approach. Can we just unlock this immediately? We can, can't we? I recommend immediate deployment of the troops to secure position in the western approach. Scouts reporting a number of travellers entering the western approach. Surprising, since the place is a blighted desert with no trade routes. More surprising, no one is leaving. It bears investigating. So people are going into the western approach but not coming out. Good. Commander, we've established a foothold in the western approach per orders. Already one skirmish with the Venatori, but no casualties. Requesting reinforcements. The term blighted desert doesn't do this place justice. We won't venture forth yet. That is the one to go to Celine's party, I believe. Stop Venatori activity in the west. Liliana spies have discovered...
Not yet.
Oh.
I'll let you know as
Discovered orders from the Venatori's high-ranking commanders. A large number of mages are travelling westward to excavate something of great value to our cause. The Inquisition must find whatever its enemies are searching for. The region is vast, but Liliana is ready to put her network to use in tracking down Crucius' minions. The Venatori is sending some of their best scholars into the wilderness. Let us discover precisely where they are heading. Go for it. I'd like to know. The Venatori are camped in a place known as the Hissing Wastes. They're working their slaves to death digging old buildings out from the sand. The Inquisition should step in quickly, because if it doesn't, I'm going to bash the Venatori's heads in and you'll need a new scout. Not now. Good stuff, Harding. And we got these three areas too, the exalted plains. Cullen, our spies looked into the breakdown of contact between Val Royeaux and Imperial Army force in the Dales. Troops on both sides agreed to cease hostilities, then retreated to their camps to await the outcome of peace talks. What occurred after the withdrawal is a mystery. The last communique from Gaspard's Marshal reported a rash of desertions. After that silence, I agree that this warrants further investigation. Do what you will and my agents will lend support. Liliana. We can march soldiers into the exalted plains and position scouts in strategic areas. If lines of communication are down, we must be prepared for anything. Okay, go for it. We've established an outpost in the exalted plains. Lead Scout Harding is en route and awaiting further orders. That'd be an intriguing place to visit. Harding is putting in the work right now. She's everywhere. Liberate Empress de Leon. My dearest Josephine, the hills of Empress de Leon are in peril. A maidservant recently returned from visiting an uncle in Sarnia spoke of gruff helmeted men about the village's quarry, and the appearance of strange red crystals in the fields close by. Oh no. I suspected red lyrium and sent men to investigate, but the bridges leading to the area had all been destroyed. The Red Templar's handiwork, I wager. If we do not act quickly, all of the Highlands may be lost. I wish I bore fairer tidings, my dear. My warmest regards to your family. I pray for the quelling of these winter winds of chaos, that we may meet again in springtime. Your truest friend and ally, Edouard de Jardin. Okay. The Elsplood River froze over after an unseasonable chill. We'll need brave soldiers and sturdy mounts, but it's our only path into the mountains. Yeah, let's cross a frozen river, it'll be fine. We broke through to Sarnia, and Lead Scout Harding is with the vanguard sent to establish an Inquisition camp. Her early reports indicate that the red lyrium is spreading, Cullen. Well, we need to stop that, definitely. Make contact in the Emerald Graves. We've been contacted by a Fairbanks who says he has information of value to the Inquisition. He offers a trade, the information in exchange for the Inquisition's help in eliminating a dangerous rebel band calling themselves the Freedmen of the Dales. There have been reported sightings of these rebels all over the Dales, where they have caused significant problems for all Legion troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let us see what Fairbanks has to say. He is hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, a legendary Dalish forest. My spies report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. He could prove a useful asset if we choose to trust him, Leliana. At your word, I'll send emissaries to meet with Fairbanks along with hidden agents to watch him. Sure. More information is always good for us. Lead Scout Harding made contact with Fairbanks and his men in the Emerald Graves and had a run-in with the rebel freemen of the Dales. They are as violent as we've been led to believe. As for Fairbanks, Harding was unable to coax much from him. He will only share what he knows with the Herald of Andraste, it seems. Fairbanks is holding his information close to his chest. I wonder if it might relate to something bigger than just the freemen of the Dales. If there is a chance at all, then we must learn all we can from him. Harding has set up an outpost in the Emerald Graves. Be careful, Inquisitor. The Forest of the Graves is treacherous and home to enemies both new and ancient. Leliana. So we've got 4 new areas. 1, 2, 3. No, that's 5 new areas there. Wow, that is... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Blimey. Right. Anything in Ferelden, by any chance? What's that? Disaster in the Deep Rose. Guys, there's more. The Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their lyrium mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the Dwarven-occupied Deep Roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's lyrium supplies, and as such, its security is a top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Stormcoast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where Darkspawn fighting is fiercest. I know where to find people who can build a mining lift quickly and safely. Orzammar has the experts we need to build such a lift. At your discretion, I can hire a team of their best construction workers right away. Let's get Leliana on that one. A construction team arrived in the Stormcoast Mountains and set up a mining lift to transport Inquisition forces from the earthquake fissures opening down in the deep roads. A report sent by Messenger Bird. Inquisitor, the mining lift for the Stormcoast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the deep roads should dress accordingly. Don't skimp on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Sure. Sure thing. I think that's all areas we've unlocked now. I don't think there's any other ones. Anyway, right. Inquisitor, our people have flushed out something big and stubborn. You were seeking a mount that spoke to the tenacity of the Inquisition, and this, frankly, I'm not sure what this says, but it's definitely a mount, and it's definitely tenacious. I'm not sure what to say, except that the stables now have a new resident. To echo the report from our people, that is one big nug. We earned Saddled Up achievement as well, so that's good. Right, so let's start in all A for our operations. Let's have a look through these. Investigate Unterfell. Based on the revelation Haven that Venatori operatives report to a Darkspawn believed to be the Magister Corypheus, threat assessment of possible Venatori has been reprioritized as vital. Duke Tithus Pentagast rules the Navaran city of Hunterfell, a former military hero who prided himself on his open-minded attitude. Duke Tithus rules with the help of a secret network of old adventuring companions and possible lovers, as they are all rumoured to be beautiful women. Information on the 5 Bells of Hunterfell is limited, but they are known to include humans from both Ole and Ferelden, an elf, a dwarf, and even a Talva Shoth. Known or suspected backgrounds range from respected mortal Atarsi or dragon hunter to bard, smuggler, or even apostate. We believe one of the 5 Bells of Hunterfell is a Venatori agent working to advance the agenda of Corypheus. A bard's reputation precedes her, even if she wishes otherwise. I can uncover more about her. Dragon hunting is a noble sport, usually. I should be able to find out about this hunter. I have friends among the Templars, they might know more about this supposed apostate. I believe Leliana will probably be best suited to this.
Let's see what we have.
It's kind of deep diving for information, I think. Right, the Serpent of Navarra. Inquisition agents have uncovered a potential problem in the nation of Navarre. A Tevinter mage by the name of Varelius has recently been noted in the company of King Marcus, and rumours comment on how strange it is for a new advisor to be so closely heeded. There is evidence to indicate Varelius is a member of the Venatori. Having the Navarran king under their sway would give the cult a great deal of power and hinder the Inquisition's ability to operate in the north. So we can either... we should tell King Marcus what his advisor truly is, convince him to see the light, or wait for this advisor to leave the capital and send a force to ambush and capture him. I think we will use Cullen for that.
Inquisitor.
We'll try and take him out while he's out. Friend and Carinus. Right. According to Dorian, while most Tevinter Magisters are not Venatori supporters, they will also not raise a finger to prevent the Venatori from wreaking havoc in the south. There are some, however, who see the cult for what it is and are trying to expose it. A Magister contacting Carinus by the name of Mevarist Talani is attempting to introduce a law in the Imperial Senate which would see Venatori actively sharply curtailed in Tevinter. Dorian suggests that quiet Inquisition support of Mevarist would be beneficial, and ultimately could drum up support from other magisters fearful of what Corypheus represents. So we can get Josephine too. I have contacts in Tevinter, although not many. Still, trading a few favours could help this magister a great deal. Go for it, Josephine.
Let us begin.
Right, so we'll leave the rest for when we are next able to actually use somebody. And we'll continue exploring Skyhold in the next episode. Unless we have anything else to deal with immediately, which I don't think we do. Probably a lot of quests completed based on the fact that we unlocked a lot of new areas. Just wait till they start popping through. It's mostly codex on the various locations we've discovered, but we'll read through those in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.